Jeb Bush this morning making somewhat of a ruckus, saying possibly that he's not too excited with what the current field of Republican candidates are saying, focusing too much on attacks amongst themselves and not enough on the issues. To talk about that right here, we have from Politico, Jim VandeHei, the editor himself. Good man. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good. How you doing, Luke?
I'm doing all right, my friend. I want to put up on the screen exactly what Jeb Bush said here. He said, quote, "I used to be conservative, and I watch these debates, and I'm wondering if I don't think I've changed. But it's a little troubling sometimes when people are appealing to people's fears and emotion rather than trying to get them to look over the horizon for a broader perspective." And that's the kind of what we're seeing here. That's the kind we are. Jim, it is pretty significant news for Jeb Bush to say this. I mean, he's pretty much calling out the final four of the field here. How do you take this? What do you think caused this from Jeb Bush?
You know, the party is basically devoid of a party boss or of a leader, so there are very few voices who can speak out and try to bring some order to what can be often disorder in these processes. I think Jeb Bush is one of them. He's both written and talked a lot about how he thinks the Republican Party needs to grow and needs to look forward, needs to reach out, bring Hispanics into the fold, needs to bring other voters who have not voted for Republicans into the fold. And he, like so many other Republicans, watched that debate, has been watching the last few weeks of this campaign, and wondered, heck is going on? Is this really what our party's about? We're talking about contraception and talking about narrow issues as opposed to talking about growing the economy, protecting the country, and the big issues that he thinks Republicans are strong on. This comes after, you know, several days of some complaining by others. We had a piece a couple days ago by Harris and a few others that talked to Gillespie, Rove, a bunch of others who are really worried about the narrow focus of this debate and what it could mean, the implications that it could have for the general election.
I mean, you are here in D.C. You hear all the talk around town. Broker convention, a possibility. I mean, Karl Rove has come out and said that's not going to happen. A lot of folks said it's mathematically difficult. But Jeb Bush dropping a line like that just has to reinforce the rumors.
Well, there's definitely a lot of folks, a lot of Republicans who would love to see another candidate in the race, and if they got another candidate, whether it be at now or at the convention, you know, Jeb Bush and Mitch Daniels, I think, would be the two that would be at the top of that list. Maybe Governor Christie also joining them. And so, yes, that's why it's significant when Jeb Bush says it, because a lot of Republicans would love for him to run. What Rove is saying, what others are saying, is it's just not going to happen. It really is mathematically almost impossible. It would take a shock to the political system, a shock to Republicans, to get to the convention and pick someone other than one of the four candidates that's in the race now. So they had their chance. If Jeb Bush wanted to run, he could have run. If Mitch Daniels wanted to run, he could have done it. He didn't get in. Many delegates have already been picked. Many are about to be chosen. And getting on the ballot for a lot of these states is almost impossible at this point. That's why Rove says quite correctly that it's virtually impossible to happen.
Politico's Jim VandeHei, thanks so much.